Hey, and welcome to the new roster update. We just had TGM Cycle 2 in EMEA finished today, and the TGM Cycle 3 in APAC starting today. And so I just wanted to point out some stuff. 5 years won the Cycle 2 in EMEA. I switched this because I heard that Mauser was kicked from the team after some fair play issues. I think he was boosting accounts and stuff. So he was kicked on the team, and for him came Remke. So he's the new sub and coach for 5 years, and he is also past teammate from Nagost on Fnatic in the TGM 25. They won the whole tournament against Boba Slurpers. Against Random Tongues. Before going in more, I wanted to point out I forgot in the past videos that these are all updated rosters, also this, for the Cycle 3. So this team didn't participate as it is, as it's going to be in Cycle 3. So Person played with Rubinsky and Donkridge, and that's also the reason why why Random Tongues had to bring Kireki in as a sub, because Rubinsky had to compete with Person and Donkridge on Lights Out. And Lights Out will probably withdraw their points because I don't think Donkridge will find another duo to team up on Lights Out. And also, I don't know what the regulations are for dropping 2/3 of the roster, because in other esports it's like you get points, like you have to give up all your points, and if you drop 2/3 of your roster. So I don't know how that's gonna be. We had so many teams performing great in the TGM Cycle 2, such as Fake House. I think they were playing without Louis Huncho today, and bring in Kodaft as a sub. So that played Glitch Cafe and Kodaft. So that was their roster today. Skywalk was also performing well after building a new team. Emilian was playing on the light today, but we have seen him on medium and his usual class heavy. But since K is on the heavy, that makes sense because HR is the best comp to stick with right now. So that's understandable why he went for light, and he was doing great, I think. So I watched some games where he played, and I think this comp has potential. So I will definitely I want to see more of the Skywalkers. Team Alex is not named Team Alex anymore, but Random Tongues, as I said earlier. And they bring in Kireki as I think it was like an emergency sub, Durrani said, because Rubinsky, as I said, had to compete with Person Donkridge. But I think Kireki was also doing a great job on the medium with the revolver, and Rubinsky not popping off with Lights Out. I think the power's just out at Lights Out. Like they know it's over, so they just like they know it's over, so they can't compete at their normal level. Moving over to NA, I wanted to go for some rumors I heard surrounding Apollo. I heard that Apollo is gonna probably be the new heavy for KC Pioneers, dropping Slothy from the roster. Hearing this was surprising me pretty much because I'm also in the community Discord of KCP, and we played some games also with this comp sometimes at some community nights, and they had so much fun together. Also, I watched some scrims of them. They were doing great, and also they finished second in the, I think, in the Cycle 1, and ninth in the Cycle 2, so not that well, but still I think this is a great comp. Teemo sticking with the medium, and Apollo was just dropped from no hours, and then going into this roster, which is like, I would consider this a family. Like, this is a very a roster that can stick together very well. It's I don't know what I should think about it. I think I don't like it that much, but we will see in Cycle 3 if that even comes true, or Cycle 4 then afterwards, how that's gonna change the roster and how they're gonna place afterwards. I asked you if I should add the APAC rosters, and someone said I should. So I did it, and this is what I came up with. So first of all, we have King Zero with Huili, Rice, Aegon, Yuki, and Gege as a coach. Huili, Rice, and Gege coming over from DRG, and Aegon and Yuki as new mates. Pretty strong comp. They're finished first and second in the both cycles. So second in the second cycle and first in the first cycle. With the third cycle going on, like it started today. So yeah, I think this is a pretty strong comp. Also, Gege as a coach, being a pretty good sub as we saw on TGM 2025. Replacing one of the players on DRG, because they had some competing issues. Moving on to DRG, we have Bomb, Dim, Shuai, and GT as a coach. JT, sorry. Pretty. I consider this comp alright. So Dim was already on DRG for TGM 25. They had 3 new guys. Also the coach is new. And I think they're seeded 3 in the APAC region, which is pretty good. Only in front of them being King Zero and 777 RS. And I didn't really watch gameplay, but I think especially with the HML, they're doing great. And yeah, there's probably not going to change anything about this roster because APAC roster change are not usual. I would say. Yeah, exactly. So 777 RS seeded 2 in the APAC region, with Mokwasom on the heavy, Ashe and Very Serious on the lights. These 2 guys being Australian. So the APAC region is both Asia and Oceania. So it's also there's also some Australian players in the APAC region. I didn't also here I didn't watch any gameplay, but this seems to be a very strong comp considering that they're second seeded in the region, which is APAC is probably the weakest region of the 3 regions. But still seeding 2 is still good in being in a region, and I would say this is a good comp going into cycle 3 and cycle 4. So they should probably stick, since they are placing very well, also winning the second cycle against King Zero in the final. Going on with Hubu, I don't know how it's pronounced, Haibu, with Biuso, Myungtan, Latte as a comp, U as a substitute, and Gopchang Son Yeo as a coach. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Also not a bad comp. I think they're seeded 6th or 4th. I'm not quite sure. But they definitely have potential. I saw by them I saw some gameplay, and I really enjoyed watching this comp play, and I think they have potential being one of the top 4, like with these 3 teams in the APAC region. And also they have stuff. They have a sub, and so this is going to be a very high quality roster, I believe. Yeah. So next up we have 4 Angry Men. I think this is the real name of this roster. With 3 Chinese guys, Player, Ghost T, and Kiar. I think we have seen Ghost T at the TGM 25 as well. Also on the night back then, and I really enjoy this roster as well. I've seen some gameplay, and these guys are, especially with the HLL, which is not common in the APAC region. They were popping off, and seeding. I don't think they're seeded top 5, but still, I think this is a very good roster going into all the cycles, and I would highly recommend this roster sticking, because they're doing really great. And they have potential also, as I said, in 777 RS. They have these 2 teams have very much the potential to get into these close qualifiers and qualify for the Grand Major. Moving on with ATLAC, Bossy, Microchip, Rusty Pete, and Wasabi. I think this is a full Australian roster. I know that Microchip and Rusty P are Australian. I'm not quite sure about Bussy and Wasabi. But yeah, this is an alright roster, not placing too bad and neither too good. In the midfield, probably not gonna qualify, but still a good roster. And last up we have Mur Gaming with Julie, Jangdun, Xinwu, and Bladers. They had a huge roster rebuild after kicking the coach and one of the players. So they had the substitute and one player. So they have a new substitute and one different player. And I enjoy this roster, especially Julie on the heavy. I saw some gameplay with this team as well, and I think this is a strong roster. Also considering that they are not well seated, but they had another roster for I think the whole range, like the whole time of all the cycles. So probably they're gonna pop off in cycle 3 now, and I really hope they are because I really enjoy this roster, and yeah, so I guess they have potential as well. Probably not for the close qualifier, but maybe stage 2 of the open qualifiers. I wanted to point out Hathaway as a sub, no, as a free agent in the region because me personally, my favorite player from the APAC region is Hathaway. Because he was popping off at TGM26 so well, and he was like I remember seeing him on the sniper on Bernal, and also Dragon Rangers Gaming did not place bad in the TGM. Don't get me wrong. So Hathaway, in my opinion, not sticking to the meta yet being such a good player and not finding a roster, which I personally find very sad. So I personally hope that he is gonna find a roster that he can stick with and he's comfortable with, so he can qualify for the TGM because I really want to see him play there. Yeah, I want to point that out because I really like Hathaway, dropping from DRG, and really rising KK going over to KZ. So yeah, that's all. I wanted to just point out as well that APAC is a lot of HML. As you can see, there's 2 HLL comps. And I think the reason for that is that APAC struggled with being the region that is special for not sticking to the meta, and now they see that meta is shifting and this is very important for them. So I think sticking with HML is in this case a good way of participating, and also but also the HLR comps, as I said, this team is popping off. Also, is this team being C2, and yeah, so they're gonna stick with HML above like around many teams, but also some HL. This is not all teams from APAC, so I will probably feature some in future episodes. But these are the most important teams being able to qualify for the TGM as of right now. Yeah, that's all for today. We will see how the APAC Cycle 3 will go, and probably there are gonna be some roster changes afterwards. Also American Cycle 3 coming up, and then EMEA Cycle 3 also afterwards. So we will probably see how the Nightmare roster is gonna be, whether Slothy is gonna be dropped, how Vanguard Gaming is gonna place with Wade as light now, if the HL is actually viable in this time on the anti-Scoo boys, how Kefeneo, sorry, I pronounced his name wrong in some past episodes, Kefeneo is gonna play because Swako was subbing in for him at the last cycle. TMD reforming, also how they're gonna perform. They were playing like this at the last cycle, but not placing as well. I think like top 5 or something. And on FaZe, if they're gonna probably they will stick to their winning streak. Probably, I don't know. So they won the last cycle, and we'll see how they're doing in the cycle 3 and cycle 4. But I think this is just such a strong roster, especially with Visions on the medium, having so much experience, also joined by Aztec and Juker. Juker also in the scene for so long. And yeah, I think Unfazed is a good team and has very good chances of qualifying for TGM. Yeah, I think that's all for today. I will definitely keep you updated, probably dropping another video tomorrow. If you want to see some more APAC rosters or have any things you want to be added to this file, or so if you have anything that you want to add, drop it in the comments or DM me on Discord. I will also drop my Discord link in my channel description, so you can contact me. And also, I am in various The Finals channels as on Discord as PHL and also Ruby Grind, where my name is also Dizzy. So if you want to add something, go check that out. Also in the video description, this file is gonna be. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Please, if you want to, drop a sub and like if you enjoyed this video. And if you want to be updated as soon as I drop a new roster video, and click the bell as well, so you get updated whenever I drop a video. This is all for today. I hope I was able to update you again. I'm very excited for APAC and for the APAC Cycle 3 and also America Cycle 3, seeing how that's gonna end. And I hope you're excited too. And I will definitely keep you updated about everything. So this was it. This was it for me, and I really hope you enjoyed this video. So I will see you at the next one. Bye.